All right, here we go. And we are live again from Barcelona, where we spend the week with our mastermind members, not only this week, but also next week. And there's a lot to talk about this week. It's all about jobs report. And this morning, we had the ADP non-farm payrolls released after we had the JOLTS job report yesterday. So we'll talk about these two reports, what they mean for the markets. We also had some earnings, and there are a couple of stocks that are moving. So we'll talk about this. And then also about a few more WTF trades that we closed and wheel trades that we took a couple of days ago, and I took another one yesterday. Okay, anyhow, with that said, welcome to Coffee with Markus and Mark. And today is Wednesday, June 5th. And in this show, we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. That was one of the longest introductions ever. Okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
With that said, all right, let's see what is happening in the markets. And we're hopping over to the economic calendar because this week's it's all about jobs on Friday. And here's why this is so significant. Because, I mean, the Fed said, listen, we're not yet happy with the numbers of how inflation is coming down. So we will keep interest rates higher. However, if we see that the jobs market is softening, then we might consider lowering interest rates earlier than expected. And this is why this week is so significant.
Exactly. And although there has been some promising data, not any real big market reaction yet. Yesterday with JOLTS jobs, it did show that the job market and wages are softening based on that data. And I think I saw that for the first time since before 2021, jobs available are in line with those unemployed. So one for one.
Yeah. Stop banging the table.
Oh, did I do it?
So this number yesterday was the lowest number in 3 years. And this is why yesterday the markets reacted positively and say, all right, not bad at all. And then today we had the ADP non-farm employment change also coming in lower than expected, which is kind of good news, bad news, good news.
Sure. So you would think that there's a bit of a correlation between ADP non-farm employment change, which is always Wednesday before the Friday jobs report, but the Friday report is the biggie. It's the one that's more significant. But this lower than expected number is in line or backing up what we saw from JOLTS jobs.
Right. So now we have two reports that are pointing to possibly a softening labor market. And in 2 days, we will know more. So we also had the ISM services PMI being released today. And the number below 50 means contraction,
Yep.
above 50 expansion. Now, last month, it was below 50. It was expected to become in above 50, coming in much stronger than expected, still showing that we do have a strong economy.
Sure. So this wouldn't necessarily be a positive for the Fed and what they want. However, there's bigger fish to fry with as far as what the Fed looks at, and we see that there was a tiny reaction when this report came out, but not a significant one.
Yeah, let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. And this is where, first of all, we see that today we opened higher. This was based on the employment data that was released before the markets open, 1 hour before the markets open, then started to pull back almost here, trying to fill the gap from yesterday. And this is the bar that we saw, the quotes that we saw when the ISM report was released.
Yeah, look, and although the market made session lows, not a big drop, and then it just bounced right back, and now looking at session highs.
Looking at session highs and looking on a daily chart, we see that, oh my gosh, now the S&P is attacking the new all-time highs. In fact, if we close at this level, I think this is the highest level that we had. Closing level was
New record
5,000.
close.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a new record. My. Same with the Nasdaq.
Look at that.
I mean, Nasdaq really today driven by Nvidia. Nvidia making a new record high. Now trading
Wow.
at 1,200 already. Can you believe it?
Wow. Nice move from Nvidia there, and I wonder if it's because Tesla and Elon Musk. Did you hear that?
Oh my gosh, I heard that story. Yes.
Yeah, so I guess good old Elon, he directed that Nvidia send some of the AI chips that they had purchased that were meant to go to Tesla to X, and AI X and stuff that they're doing there. So is this focus more on the company formerly known as Twitter, or is it on Tesla?
Right. Well, I was so close to bringing up Twitter because, I mean, for years it has been trending before Elon took it private. I said, well, let's take a look at X and let's. This will be interesting, by the way, if he ever goes public again, because the symbol X is already taken by United Steels Corporation. Very surprising that they choose the letter X as their symbol.
Yeah, maybe you could buy the ticker from them.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's talk at a few more earnings. Hewlett Packard reported
Wow.
earnings today, and look at this blowout. Right now, up 12%. Earlier today, it was up 14%. So I didn't really see a massive earnings surprise, but it's all about the outlook.
Exactly. And 12% is a big move for HPE.
Yeah. And then we had also CrowdStrike, CRWD. They reported earnings and also moving higher earlier, as much as 7% right now, still up 6.5% after reporting better than expected earnings.
Yeah, not too bad there.
Yeah, and this were overall the markets. I mean, okay, bad news from the stock market, which is good news, right, for possibly lowering interest rates. Good news here from the economy. This is what's driving markets to make new all-time highs. And the VIX, the volatility index, again towards the 12er level.
Wah, wah, wah. I like that higher volatility, but interesting ahead of jobs and a Fed meeting.
Yeah, and this is where we saw a couple of days ago. I mean, we just saw that the VIX was moving higher going into this week. Now lower again. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, before we move on to our positions, I need to see what's happening with GME. I mean, this saga, we just have to keep tabs on it.
You know, and it's getting interesting here because we talked about the huge position that supposedly Roaring Kitty showed, and that's where it just didn't quite make sense. So there were questions on whether or not it was from him or not, especially with the second post. But I saw that some of the explanation is actually cashing out on a run up prior, right? So had he bought calls before that post and then sold those calls for huge gains and then bought those shares afterwards, that could explain it, and how he's gone from a $34 million position in GameStop years ago to the huge position he's in now. And he might be getting in trouble for that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I heard that E-Trade might kick him off the platform.
And the Massachusetts Secretary of State, he's or she, I'm not quite sure, is investigating whether or not there was some market manipulation involved. It's a hard one to prosecute because all he did was post a picture.
Yeah. And again, there's just so much uncertainty around this. It's a drama. It's a saga. This is why we are reporting on it, but we are not touching this with
No,
a
it's too
10-foot
crazy.
pole.
I join I'll join Warren Buffett with that one. Just stay away.
Just stay away. Just stay
Hey,
away.
but before we look at our positions, Texas. Did you hear that Citadel and BlackRock are trying to create the Texas Stock Exchange?
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. So with fees at the other U.S. exchanges, they're looking at, backed by some other investors, opening an exchange in Dallas, where the idea is that they will become available for trading in 2025 and that their first listing will be in 2026.
What chances do they have? Do you think it's possible?
I think it could be if they have the right funding.
We shall see.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting news. Okay, let's take a look at where do we start? WTF. Why don't we look at WTF position? So really no new positions, two open positions. DXCM, that is a position that we took yesterday, doing really nicely today. I mean, up 2.5% today.
Yeah.
So, hey, wonderful. We might exit it tomorrow. We might hold it another day. Depends on where we end today. And this will be a nice profitable trade. GEHC, that is the one that we skipped yesterday because we said that we don't have enough data. Looking back, I mean, this was the spin-off of General Electric and therefore only 2 years of data. And then we had two more exits and both of them profitable exits.
Yep. Amazon closed higher yesterday, a little bit of a gap up today, and we were able to exit that for a profit.
And Pepsi, which we entered yesterday.
Yeah. This was an open below entry, an OBE entry for us, since the signal came previously when we were in a bunch of trades, and then we decided to take yesterday's trade at the open up nicely in one day.
Wonderful. All right, let's talk about the wheel strategy. And we are in a few trades here. So, first of all, this is a trade that I entered yesterday. CMA, Comerica, a regional bank. And yesterday, the 47 strike was available for this Friday. I got 25 cents for it and very happy. Today, around the unchanged mark. So I'm slightly up on this position and we'll see what happens. I would love to get assigned and, well, nothing yet to worry about or speculate because it's only Wednesday. We have 2 more days.
Not bad. Not bad. I decided to pass on this one.
Yeah. And then we have our little buddy CSIQ. CSIQ, after this tremendous run up yesterday, giving back some of the profits. And I mean, this is where from the lows here to the highs there, that is a 50% run up. Not too surprising that we gave back a little bit yesterday. Today, up again 1.5%.
I was going to say, you said yesterday's run up, it was only a rundown.
Oh, yesterday was the rundown after this impressive run up over the last couple of weeks.
Just to
since
clarify.
Yep.
Just to clarify.
Good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Schlumberger. That's why I decided to call it. So Schlumberger, position that I entered a couple of days ago. So when oil stocks were falling and sold the 44 put right now in the money, trading at 42.85.
Oh, no.
Should I panic?
Nah.
Yeah, I want to get assigned on this one and then play the rebound here. So we'll see what happens a couple of days. Before expiration right now, we see that the 42 is available, down another 1.3%.
Okay.
All right. And you, on the other hand, took HAL.
Haliburton.
Same industry, kind of same position that you're in because you
Very
sold
similar.
the 34.50.
Yep. I just liked Haliburton a little bit better with how it's moved, and this is where we agreed to disagree on which was best. I'm curious, though. What do you think's better, Haliburton or SLB? Because Markus and I, we are definitely on opposite sides here.
Yeah, and just to help you a little bit with your vote. So as you can see, today, right now, Haliburton is down 1.67%, while on the other hand, SLB is down only 1.2%. So you tell me, which one is the better trade?
Well, we'll know Friday.
Okay. And then finally, UPS, another trade in our portfolio. UPS today up a little bit again, 0.5% after also yesterday's slide. Seems that we have found some support right here at 135. And now, okay, UPS. Move back higher, my break even at 134.90. So I'm trading above my break even. Cost basis, however, at 157.50. So time for UPS to make a move.
Yippee-ki-yay.
All right. Now, we'll take a look at where the markets are overall, but let's see. Do you have a dad joke for us?
I think I do.
All right.
And so a trader accidentally swallows some food coloring and gets concerned. So he goes to the doctor. The doctor said he was okay. He gets home and he explains that he's okay, but he feels like he's died a little inside.
I love that you're cracking yourself up.
I am. Yeah, and
all right,
go ahead.
No, I'll give it a shot. Okay. See, right now I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's really hard to put it down.
I died a little just from that.
All right. Seems that we're doing much better when we talk about the market. So let's go back to the markets and see what is happening here right now on a 5-minute chart of the S&P 500. We are trading at session highs. So we are also in the NASDAQ trading at session highs. And this means basically record highs right now. If we would close at these levels. The Dow, on the other hand, I mean, the Dow also, gosh, around 5%. Does that sound about right? 5% away from making a new all-time high?
Just a bigger dip with some of the names holding it back and money going into tech like it's led all year.
Yeah, I mean, this is where we see even today, looking at the heat map, we just see that here, usually we can just draw a line like this, and here, up here, we see usually all the tech, right? And then we have the good old Dow components kind of here, and we see they're down, tech is up.
Yep.
So yeah, that's where we are for the day. All right. With that said, we got to go back here to our mastermind members. It is 5:15 in the afternoon. It's close to happy hour. Anyhow, hope that you enjoyed the show. Vote for what the better trade and the better joke. Hope you enjoyed the show. Give us a like if you find that this information is worth sharing. There's a share button. We really would appreciate if you're sharing this information. And then we will see you again tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.